Welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're not. It's your girl Keilani, and I'm back with another video today for you guys. And today's video is another story time. It's the story about my work arch nemesis. That's the story time I'm gonna give y'all today, because you know, I feel like it was a good story time. One, because it was really messy. Like, the whole story time was messy, and like my work life is just ghetto. Like, it's just so ghetto, and bitches be trying me. Like, don't try me if you don't want to fight. Like, are you dumb? And not only that, but like, it kind of go into today. Like, even though it was past tense, it kind of goes into today, because I seen her recently and I gotta put y'all on. That's all that's it. So boom, right? When I was in high school, it's like my senior year or whatever, I was looking desperately for jobs because, you know, it's prom. I wanted to pay for prom by myself, all that stuff, you feel me? So I landed a job at Dunkin', and when I was working there was another lady that got hired with me, and mind you, I thought she was cool or whatever. Like, I didn't really pay much mind, you feel me, because like, she's older, so like, you know, she ain't really my cup of tea. Like, everybody was older. Like, not for nothing, but when you're at high school and you're working at like fast food restaurants and shit, you be having some old ass friends, like fucking Becky Sue. Like, that bitch was, I don't know Becky Sue for real, but I'm just making a name up because it's like, those really be your dogs, like putting you on game. But okay, back to the story. So boom boom boom, right? I started working. There was this lady who started with me, and she was we started around the same time, whatever, and so we're learning together, you know what I mean? Like, she's cool. A lot of people was making complaints about her that were already on the team, but you know, I wasn't really seeing what they were talking about. Like, I was like, nah, she's fine, she's fine. But I did peep that she was always fucking with this girl that worked there, and she was a lot younger than her, and she used to always like try to bully her per se. So the girl quit, you know. One by one, people started quitting, leaving because of this lady. Okay, she done had problems with everybody in the store. She had problems with the first girl, then she had problems with all the young people, and she even had problems with a pregnant woman, where the pregnant woman tried to fight her, and she was gonna fight the pregnant woman. Like, baby, do you have no morals? Are you dumb? Like, come on. So boom, right? All these people leaving, you know, they dropping like flies, and I'm like, all right, she hasn't done anything to me personally, so I can't really like judge her, you feel me? So I am peeping what everybody's saying, so I'm kind of keeping my distance, because like, you know, I come here to work. I don't come here to make friends, you feel me? Like, I'm not here to be your bestie. Like, you old as hell. Like, realistically, we not hanging outside of here. Like, dead ass, we're not hanging out. Like, you're bugging. So I'm like, okay, like, keep her at a distance, because so it could be a peaceful work environment, yet you know your place. Like, we ain't friends, you know. I ain't one of your little friends, you feel me? So I'm keeping her at this little arm length level, and I guess she's peeping it, so she's starting to feel some kind of way. Like, oh, people getting in your head, blase blase, and like all the time, like, she'll start saying like little slick shit. So like, it started off with her like saying little slick shit. So she would be like, oh, I could deal with the snakes that God made, but I can't deal with human snakes. So I used to be looking at her like, you weirdo ass bro. Like, what's good with you? Like, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Yourself, my nigga? Because what are you talking about right now? Like, you're chatting. Like, we working at Dunkin' selling donuts, nigga. We're not friends. Like, come on. So she used to always do that, right? So one thing leads to another, right? You gotta nip that talking stuff in the bud when it starts, because once that talking stuff starts, it starts leading into bumping, right? Shorty would be bumping me. Shorty would be sweeping over my feet. All types of shit, like mad weirdo shit. And I'm like, yo, you good? And like, her being older and me being so young, I'm still trying to be respectful, mindful, because I'm like, maybe it's not even like that. Maybe she's just having a bad day. It don't even got nothing to do with me. But I started peeping that it really did have something to do with me, because every time I came into work, it was just always some mess. Like, at the time I was dating this boy, and like when he would come in, like she would start talking crazy, like trying to take sales. Like, baby, it's Dunkin', we don't get commission. Like, relax. Like, if you want to sell, you got it. Like, I don't even want to make no sandwiches. Fuck out of here. Like, go ahead. So she would do like just little weird slick shit, but then it started escalating to the point like she would be telling new employees like stuff about me that wasn't even true, that they would come back and be like, why is she talking about you? Like, that's mad weird. Like, you know what I mean? And she would just be sitting there downing me. Like, first of all, you sound like a hater because you an old ass woman downing a 17-year-old girl at the time. For what? Like, why are you so bothered by me? What's your problem? What's your problem? Because I ain't never did shit like besides distance myself. So by then I'm like, okay, yeah, shorty weird. Like, she weird. I gotta really watch out for her because I'm trying to be respectful. But it started getting too much, and I'm like, nigga, like if I was in high school, like if I was in school right now, this shit would not fly. But I'm like, this is my place of work. I don't have no other source of income. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a lot of things running in my head. I'm like, she's older than me. Like, it's not even really worth it. Like, if anything, I'll get my mother to be her ass. Like, it's nothing. You feel me? But I'm like, after a while, it starts getting really annoying because there's only so much you could take, so much disrespect you can take from one person. You feel me? Like, I'm sitting here letting you bump me. Like, that's going too far. So there was this one day, right? I was leaving my shift, so I was closing my register, and so inside of the Dunkin', the front area is like right here, then it's like a hallway to go to the back, whatever the case may be. So I'm right here. This is the front where it's like I can see the customers coming in or whatever, and I'm counting my drawer right here because I know that she be taking a sweet ass time just to come count her drawer, because she gave everybody a hard ass time about her drawer, whatever the case may be. She just did the most. So I'm counting my drawer in the front so I can make sure if I see any customers, I can handle them. And while I'm doing that, shorty disappears, right? I don't care because I'm off the clock. Like, you feel me? I'm about to go. Like, I'm not even pressed. So I hear what we gonna call, matter of fact, let's give them code names. So the lady, we're gonna call her Nancy, and then the boy in the story for this section, we're gonna call him Billy Black though. So yeah, okay, so yeah, I hear Billy going off in the back like, oh, this bitch is lying, like she always saying something, she always trying to start some shit, this don't even make sense. Keilani in the front, I'm in the back. So I hear my name, I'm like, yo, what's good, like what's the problem, right? And he's like, yo, Nancy over here calling our manager and telling her that we're in the back horsing around while there's a line full of customers. And I'm like, line full of customers horsing around? I'm the only one in the front. I would know if there's customers coming in. I'm the only one standing right there counting my drawer. So I'm like, he's still on the phone with the manager. I'm like, mama, watch them cameras because shorty lying. Like, shorty is lying. I don't know what's good with her, but she wilding. Like, I'm right here in the front. I don't know where this bra at. Like, she's the one that disappeared, to be honest. So I'm like, I don't even know where she at. So she comes back in from the back thinking we don't know she did that fake ass call or whatever. So she comes in from the back. Why she did that call, I don't know. Shorty was on drugs. But anyway, that's not my business. She comes back in and she's like, the boy Billy starts spazzing on her like, yo, you dumb blah 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 blah, like da, 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 da. Like, he's just going off. I don't even remember because it was just, he was going fast. So like me, I thought that shit was hilarious. So I'm like laughing because it's like, you really funny, my guy. Like, you really funny money. Like, you over here lying. Like, you good? Like, you good? Like, why are you over here telling lies? Like, you wilding. So I'm like, okay, she's weird. But I'm laughing and whatever, and I'm like, yo, she's bugging out or whatever. But she ain't saying nothing to the Billy. Soon as I start laughing and keying it up, now she turning her attention to me, right? So she starts spazzing. Like, what the fuck is so funny? I said, you, nigga, like, fuck is you talking about? Like, you the joke. Like, you lying ass bro, you the joke. Like, what you talking about? So she started going off, right? Talking about stuff that don't got to do with nothing. Like, I mean, like, to the point where it's like, oh, you think you better than me because you went to college? Da da da. I went to college too. Or what did you say? I go on trips. I'm like, yo, who gives a flying fuck, my nigga? Like, who cares? Like, honestly, who cares? Like, I don't give no flying fucks about where you went. Talking about I went to DR, I went to this. What is your reasoning, like, for saying all these things? Like, I dead don't care. Like, you could have went to fucking the moon, my nigga. I wouldn't have gave two flying fucks. Like, I don't care. You feel me? Like, you sit here pressed over a 17-year-old girl and you like 40 something. That says a lot about your character, right? You sitting here comparing yourself to a 17-year-old girl at the time. Like, you're mad weird. So at first I'm like, yo, I'm telling her, like, you already know I'm about to start spazzing because I'm already naturally calm, but like my voice starts getting, I can't, it's either 0 or 100. I'm not about to sit here and chit chat with you. Like, I'm really not. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, yo, don't talk to me. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, why are you talking to me? Now when I'm telling you stop talking to me, stop talking to me. Stop talking to me, because now it's about to get ugly. Like, I'm telling you to stop talking to me for a reason. So she just keep going and going. Once she said the college shit, I blacked out. So I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck about shit you talking about. You want to know why I blacked out about the college thing before I get more into the details of the story? Because I take that so seriously, because the fact of the matter is this, right? I'm the first one in my family to go to college, right? This means a lot to me and my family because I'm able to do it, and they're making it a possibility for me to do. Like, they're making it possible for me to do, right? And I'm doing this for them and myself, you feel me? And I work pretty damn hard. I work pretty damn hard to maintain my grades, keep my scholarships, you know what I mean? And for somebody to sit there and throw that in your face, like they know you, or like they know why you there or where you come from, like, watch yourself for real, because now I'm about to black on you because you're wilding. So I'm like, okay, I'm spazzing on her. I forgot what I said, because like I said, this is mad long ago. I'm like, I'm spazzing on her. I know I'm going in. Right, I'm going in. Like, we arguing in front of customers now, because like, I don't give a fuck about shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, I don't care. So I'm like, come outside. Like, it's about time you just come outside, because that ass, like, you're blowing me. Like, you've been blowing me for months now. I'm tired of your shit. Like, we gotta fight. Like, we just gotta fight. Like, come outside right now. Like, come on. Like, what's up? Because you doing a lot of this but none of this, and I'm with all of it. So what's good? Like, come outside. Like, just come outside real quick. We just gonna talk. Like, you know, I just want to talk to you about the cars, you feel me? So I could bash this shit. Fuck you talking about? Like, stop playing with me. You've been playing with me the whole time. I've been very respectful the whole time. This boy's the one spazzing on you, and just because I giggled, you want to try to come for me? Are you dumb? Like, don't. So that day, like, it was just so bad to the point, like, I was throwing pans in the back. I was going off to the point, like, I could have really lost my job, and I didn't care. I was ready for it all. Like, I was ready for it all. But my manager, she knew the situation. Like, she knew that this woman was causing problems for many people. She knew that, like, she was just a problem even for her. Like, she would complain on the actual manager to, like, corporate and shit like that. Like, she'll call corporate and complain about the manager. And, like, she just did a lot of, like, sneaky weirdo shit. And it was like, what's good with you? Like, you slime. Like, what's good with you? So that day I just basically had enough, and I'm just like, she can't be dead ass. Like, I was really sitting there before I really started spazzing. I'm sitting there looking at her, I'm like, she dead ass? No way. There's no way she does, because she ain't talking to me. Like, she's really not talking to me. Like, she's wilding. So I'm like, alright, I'm taking it all in. Now, you saying a little too much now that you know something. Like, you don't know me from a can of paint. Like, you don't know me outside of work. I don't tell you my business. You don't know me, my nigga. Like, you don't know me. We not friends. Like I said, I'm not one of your little friends, my nigga. Like, you not gonna sit here and try to tell me about me. The fuck wrong with you? So I'm like, pack it up, because now we gotta fight. Okay, now everybody done heard about it. It went around through all the co-workers, and everybody's like, oh my god, it was so bad to the point that we couldn't even work together, you feel me? But then our manager ended up having to resign or demote herself. I don't really know what happened with that situation, and it's not my business, but she was pretty much out the picture. And there was like a new sheriff in town, and it was just like 2 work arch nemesis, because it's like I got this manager who's emotionally unstable, and then I have this weirdo ass crackhead bitch bothering me. So now I gotta deal with 2 people, and I'm just like, I want war with everybody. But like, fuck, I don't care. Like, she was some girl from like the most suburban town ever talking about she get it cooking. Like, cool, let's see about that. Let's see, because you're doing a lot of this, like this shorty over here, this bird that keep chirping. So what's good? Like, I just don't do none of that talking shit. Like, what's up? Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, there's nothing to talk about. Like, you said what you said, I'ma handle it. Are you done? So fast forward to today. You know, I done left that job. I've been working at Finish Line for a while now. And long and behold, there was one day I was working, and guess who come walking into my doors? Nancy. And I'm like, I'm looking at one of my friends from another lease department inside of my store, and I'm like, I don't like her. And she's like, who? I'm like, that old ass lady. I don't like that lady for shit in this world. So like, I started putting her on game about who the lady was, whatever the case may be, right? So like, mind you, I'm fucking dry snitching. I didn't even know I was dry snitching because I didn't know what the shorty was doing. I was just talking to my friend like, yeah, that's so and so from, that's Nancy from Duncan, blase blase. And she's like, oh, okay. Right, turns out Nancy was stealing from our store, and I basically dry snitch. Now, you know, I kind of feel bad about that, but then I don't care, because you done put me through hell at work because you a crackhead that steal. That's not right. Like, you don't sit there and bother people's children because you unhappy with yourself. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you over here bothering me, and I would have really boxed you the fuck up. Like, I would have really boxed you the fuck up. Now you in trouble. Now you in trouble with the law. Like, I was just like, but when that happened and they're like, oh yeah, she's stealing, I'm like, yikes, I spoke too soon. Now I said her government. Now I'm telling T. Now I'm snitching. Like, I felt bad. I'm like, ooh, now I'm the feds. Niggas calling me rat. Niggas calling me Takashi. Oh my god. So I'm like, hey, but this story time was mad short. It really wasn't nothing. I just really wanted to tell you guys about my work arch nemesis, because let's be real, them older folks be really hating on the younger crowd. Like, they really be mad. Like, it's not my fault that this is the life you chose. You feel what I'm saying? Like, anything in life is choices. If you really wanted to get a better job, it's a possibility that you can if you try. You feel me? Like, don't sit here and be bitter and try to bring that on to me, someone that is doing something with themselves, because I don't want to be like you. You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't look down on nobody on what they do, how they do it, where they at, and stuff like that, because, you know, you never know what people got going on. But what you're not gonna do is overlook me either, cause shit, I'm doing a damn good thing. I sure am, and you're not about to sit here and tell me I'm not, because you think I could be doing better. Because baby, I could say the same thing about you. Okay, because I think you could be doing better. You feel me? You say you went to DR. Can you go again? Oh, alright, fuck out of here. Like, it's really still beef. Like, I really want smoke with her. Like, she's really weird. Like, I don't like her. Like, I really don't like her. And as far as in the manager, I don't like that broad either. Like, she's a weirdo. I had to quit because of her, because I'm like, yeah, you know what's crazy? Although I was ghetto in that workplace, in that establishment, they did not let me go for nothing. For nothing. I did everything possible for them to let me go. I did everything, and they did not let the kid go, bro. I was trying so hard. Both shorties was still trying to be my friend. Like, I don't like y'all heifers. Like, leave me the fuck alone, and like, leave me alone. I don't like none of y'all. But yeah, that was a short story time. That wasn't really exciting. I don't know if I'm gonna really post this, but if I do, hey, You feel me? Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, share, and subscribe, because you know I'm gonna get it done. Comment some ideas for me so I can get it done, and I'm gonna just be posting back to back to back, bangers after bangers after bangers, and we on a road to 500K. You feel me? And it's lit. Bye guys, thank you for watching.